Hello everyone. I think we're on day, see the 12th, so it puts us on day 76. It is not morning, it's afternoon, so good afternoon everyone. I think it's 76, yeah. Wow, I think so. It's today, Saturday the 12th, right? So, man, something's not lining up in my head, I guess. Yeah, yesterday was 9/11, so yeah. Okay, anyway, day 76. We'll assume it is. I'll fix it later if it's not. Or at least the title will be right, maybe not the video. Anyway, just got out of town, out of the Delaware Water Gap. Cool little town. I talked about it a little bit, but I really got to explore it well. I stayed at the little roadway inn at the other end of town. Unfortunately, I was gonna go have barbecue. The restaurant's closed at 7 on a Friday. Barbecue joint closed down at 7 p.m. on a Friday. So that was interesting. What was that? Remember that movie Harlem Nights? Where Delta Reese, they're in the living room and Red Fox is there and Eddie Murphy, and they're all sitting in there, and she decides she's gonna go make everybody dinner. And she goes out there. She talks about getting some orange juice. Well, there's only a swallow left in the bottle of the orange juice. She goes, now who does this? Who only leaves a swallow of orange juice in the bottle? But the line I'm getting at is, she yells out, I got my mouth ready for some orange juice, and you just let a swallow in there. That was me yesterday at the barbecue. I got all jacked up for barbecue, and they were closed. I walked in, the lady goes, I'm sorry, we're closed. I'm like, oh. So, needless to say, I didn't get to experience Pennsylvania barbecue yet. So, although I'm in Pennsylvania for a couple hundred miles, I think. So, at least. So no barbecue. Walked around the town though, like I said, a lot of cool little quaint town, you know. Nice little town. And I think I'm lost. Question is, do you turn left or do you turn right? And you know, I'm looking backwards and I don't see it. I wonder if I got off the trail. Boy, well, though, it's not marked northbound either. I wonder if there's a marking there that I didn't see. No, there's no markings here, and this thing turns. So, let me go up here. Sorry, I interrupted my entry here. I'm assuming I'm going this way. I'm gonna just keep going. If I don't see something in the next 5 minutes, I'll come back. So, anyway, I stayed at the hotel for right up until 11, and in fact, I checked out of my room, but I sat in the lobby finishing up the day 73, trying to get as many videos out as I can. So I got up to day 73, which is good. And I gotta make a comment, because I just got a new comment on I don't know what day it was, but somebody said, you're having too much fun to be on the AT. Isn't that the truth? Absolutely. You talk to anybody who does the AT, it's grueling, and they remember all the bad stuff. I'm having the time of my life out here, and this thing's supposed to be kicking my ass, and it's just one of those things. It's pretty funny, you gotta admit. So, but I think it's mentality. Like I said, I got no place to be, no place to go. I'm right where I need to be. I have no agenda. I think that really changes things. You know, everybody gets caught up. That's why flip-flop's so important for people. You know, if you can start, I would have loved to start in Georgia and walked all the way to Maine, but that wasn't in my cards, because I would have loved to end on Mount Katahdin. That's the apex, but that wasn't in my cards. But the payoff, I would have not had this experience this way. I would not have, absolutely not. I would have been in a different frame of mind. I got my ass kicked the first 600 miles. Just literally got my ass kicked, and I, like I said, I've said it before, I wasn't mentally prepared, I wasn't physically prepared, and I was just focused on getting it finished. Man, if my trail stays similar to the frame of mind of where I'm at right now, man, why would I go faster? Why wouldn't I just slow down? Damn the snow. I'll get snowshoes and crampons, ice axe. Let's go. Come on, Smokies. Give me your best shot. I've been in the ice and snow in Whitney and Forester and all that. I'm good. Smokies ain't got nothing on those boys. So anyway, Smokies are gonna kick my ass. You watch. So anyway, it really is. Life is good out here, and I think. I just think it's my frame of mind. Absolutely. You know, a lot of guys come out here, you talk to guys, and they're very driven. You know, and like I said at the beginning, I was sort of like that. Very driven. Needed to get 20 miles today. I need 28 miles. I need 22 miles. And I can't remember last time that I absolutely needed to get. Now, I did 22 the other day, but there was nothing in between. And I hadn't done a 20 in a while, and I was focused on it. I had time. I just pushed it out and did it. And then I started early a couple days ago. Headlamp, it was dark because it was 28 miles to come into here, and I was trying to make it, but then I ran into that Mohican Outdoor Center and changed everything. I didn't have to do the last 10 miles, so added a day to the trip, but last 10 miles I got to do yesterday. So I got a room today, did the videos, like I said, up to day 73. I think I have 14 miles to get into Wind Gap. That's roughly 7 miles. I haven't looked at the terrain, or 7 hours at 2 miles an hour, but I've been cruising pretty good so far. So I don't know what time I'll get in, probably just before dark. I might get another room, mainly because I can get the rest of the videos downloaded, because I'm getting in so late. But I forgot, today's Saturday. Never mind. It'll be through the roof cost. Almost always double out here on the trail for a Saturday. You know, usually you can get in here $60, $50, some places $40. But if you do it on a Saturday, it's $140, it's $132. No, not worth it, especially for 12 hours of sitting in a room. No. So I'll probably camp on this side of Wind Gap, so that I walk in the morning, find a place maybe I can sit down and have some breakfast. I got a resupply anyway, so I don't need to do that tonight, so I can do that in the morning. So I'll catch up with you. I got muggles all over me. Check this out, it's like a tree tunnel. So by the way, so I was looking, it's pretty funny. You guys crack me up sometimes. So I did, I don't remember what day it was. It was the day I was going over the Hudson River. And I think it's day 67 or something like that. I think it was 67 or 65, something like that. And I was looking at how many views I had for each video. My #1 video by a long shot, not even close, not even in the same zip code, is that day. I got 142 views in less than a week. So I'm like, why in the world is everybody watching this one video? I don't understand. I look at the title. I'm thinking, okay, everything's good. And then I saw the thumbnail. Well, it had picked a point where I was at the zoo with the bears. I think everybody thought that I encountered a bear. They saw that thumbnail. Everybody clicked on it because they thought I ran into a bear. Oh, I'm laughing with you guys. I'm telling you, because you know that's true. You know, everybody loves drama, and if I ran into a bear, you guys would be all over that. You want to see it. The interest and the curiosity and all of that, and especially it was a brown bear. Now it's just one of those. There's not a lot of brown bears. Now black bears can be brown, but grizzlies are brown, and or most of them are anyway. And so I know that's why I said that's got to be it. 142 views in 1 week. It had to have been the bear. Everybody thought there was a bear in the video. So, okay, guys, I appreciate it. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So, anyway, I just thought that was comical. You guys, you're funny. But thank you very much for looking at my videos. I really appreciate you guys. You know, and that's a funny thing. I don't even have that many subscribers. 142 people. What am I got? Half that in subscribers? So either somebody watched it like 3 or 4 times, or I don't know if it works like that, or it just got shared or something. But people, they're typing in Appalachian Trail bears, and that might have popped up or something like that. So anyway, I just thought that was I just passed some muggles, and that's why I stopped recording. And they could hear my story when I was telling you about that, and they were laughing when I went by. I told them, I said, I'm sorry, I talked to myself. He goes, sounds like you're having a conversation with a bunch of people. I'm like, I am. So I told him what happened with the bear and the thumbnail and stuff. He said he thought it was hilarious. So anyway, they were laughing right along with me. So anyway, it's just one of those things that happens on the trail, right? You know, there is no rhyme or reason on what frame that pops up on the thumbnail. I have no choice over that. It just picks a frame, and it does it. Well, the funny thing is, I noticed a pattern in all my thumbnails. Almost all of them, I mean, a majority of them, I'm smiling in them. So you would think I'm just happy as a clam every day, all day, because I'm always smiling in the thumbnails. But yet, I mean, I smile, I laugh at my stupidity sometimes and my discoveries and stuff. But for the most part, I'm not smiling and laughing, I'm just talking. But almost all the thumbnails, they seem to catch me smiling. So I wonder if that's why you guys are watching, because you think I'm so happy. So anyway, like I said, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. It makes this experience so good out here. So knowing somebody's paying attention. Hey everyone, ended day 76. Didn't make it anywhere near as far as I thought I was going to. Made some bad decisions today. So as far as, I've been saying that I don't look at the map book anymore. I just go until I'm ready. I try not to plan anything, because every plan I make gets changed 5 minutes after I make it. But no more not at least having a general idea. I stop looking at the map. I just head out of town, follow the trail. When I run out of water, I start looking for a water source, or if I'm close to running out of water, I look for a water source. When I get near the end, I start looking for a shelter. I look at the map then. All of that. Well, when I did my planning today, how much have I talked about getting the wind gap and getting the wind gap and getting my new sleep system. I've been talking about that for a week, 2 weeks, even longer. Yesterday, piss poor planning, total distraction, I guess. I don't know. I'm enjoying myself so much, maybe a little too much. Maybe I need to get back to, being a little more serious about it, because I realized last night that the post office closes at noon in the town in Wind Gap, and that's because it's on Saturday. They're not open on Sunday. I'm thinking that I'm only 10 or 11 miles away from Wind Gap, but I still am not going to make it there by noon. So I'm like, what the hell am I going to do? I'm going to end up having to walk this short day, spend 2 nights in town just waiting so I can get my box on Monday. So I'm trying to think what the hell I'm going to do. So I finally, I'm going to call the post office, see if they'll bounce my box. So when you send yourself something, and you don't need it, you don't want it, you sent yourself food that you don't need, but you might need later on down the line, you got a laptop in there, whatever, you bounce it. So normally they want you to come into the post office that your package is at, show your ID, and then they want you to write on there where it's going to be bounced and all that. Most places usually don't do it by phone. But I'm like, I got to try, because the only other option I had was to do the whole weekend thing, or Uber to Wind Gap, pick up my package, Uber back, and then do my hike today. And I really didn't want to do that either. That in itself was, but it was an option on the table, and that's what I was gonna do this morning. Until I called the lady at the post office, like, man, can you do this without me being there? She goes, sure, we do it all the time. I'm like, oh, thank you. So I said, and she goes, where do you want it to go? And I said, how about Hamburg? Hamburg's, I keep saying I know what it is. I don't have a clue. It's coming up, but I don't know. It could be 50 miles, 70 miles. I don't know. Anyway, I'm relaxing too much. That's the problem. I'm having way too much fun. So anyway, I said, send it to Hamburg. She goes, okay, it's on the way. So when you send yourself a box, you can bounce it as many times as you want. It doesn't cost you new postage. It doesn't cost you anything. They just send it to the next post office. So that's a great deal for hikers, And that's what I did. As soon as I got on the phone with her, I said, hey, I'm an AT through hiker. She goes, yeah, we got your box here. So I'm the only one with a box there, I guess. And I said, talked to her about bouncing. She said, not a problem. And so I did it. So I was all excited. So I'm planning on checking out of the hotel at 11, because that's when checkout is, so I can finish more videos. I got day 73 out because I checked out at 11. And actually I sat in the hotel for another 15 minutes after I checked out, trying to get that using the Wi-Fi, trying to get that last video out. So anyway, so I didn't look at the maps like I normally do, and I walked down the street, and all the locals that I had talked to had said, you got to try out this pie place. So I'm gonna go try out the pie place. And as I walked in there, I realized, oh, there's fruits and vegetables, fresh fruits and vegetables. I was gonna buy a bunch for the day, like a cucumber and a couple of apples and some bananas and some oranges, and some celery, just a whole bunch of stuff to eat all day on the trail, because I thought I had 10 miles to go. But I go inside, decide to get a piece of pie first. I'll sit down, eat it, try it out, and then I'll get my stuff. So I sat down, and I ate the pie, and I didn't even go back. I got up from the curb. I was sitting on the curb in the parking lot. I found a trash can, dumped my thing in there, picked up my pack, and started walking down the trail. Totally spaced, going back in to get all that fruit and vegetables. So, okay, no problem. I got ramen noodles in my pack. I'm good. I got like 4 days of ramen noodles in my pack. I could eat ramen, breakfast, lunch, dinner, all meals. So I'll eat a pack of ramen. So I got water, make a pack of ramen. When it's ready, I eat it. As soon as the canister is empty, I put a new pack of ramen in there. 2 hours later, I eat it. And I just do that all day long. I like it. It's good. A lot of calories, all good. Well, because I didn't research it, it's 14 miles, not 10. So all 3 times that I looked at it when I was in town, I was off trail. And when you're off trail, it gives you skewed numbers, because sometimes it gives you as the crow flies, it gives you the shortest distance between the two, so on and so forth. And it told me it was 11 or 10 or 11 miles at one point. That's what I had in my head. Well, I got outside of town, and it's 14 miles. Okay, 7 hours. But now it's afternoon. Okay, so it gets dark at 7. So I only got 7 hours. 14 miles, 2 miles an hour, that's 7 hours. That means no matter what, I'm hiking in the dark. Even with brakes and all that, I'm hiking in the dark. And guess what? There's a huge downhill at the end of this day that's coming up. That's all rock. You got to climb. So you're not doing 2 miles an hour. You got to climb all the way down the side of this mountain. So I'm about 5 miles from Wind Gap. So not only because of piss poor planning. So wait, I forgot to say something. Water. This whole 14-mile stretch, there's only one water source, and it was dried up. And so I'm walking, but there's a shelter up here, and all the shelters usually have a water supply. And this one said it had a spigot with water. I'm like, score. I'll wait till I get there, because I cameled up this morning. I mean, I filled up my containers, and I drank as much. I drank 4 of those things, big jugs of Gatorade this morning, so before I left. So I cameled up, had plenty of water, so I thought. So I start hiking. Now I'm realizing I'm 14 miles out, not 10 miles out. I've just realized that there's no water source other than that shelter. And here's the problem. When you're short on water, you need to drink that water. I can't spare the water for ramen noodles. So unfortunately, all I had in my bag, other than one thing of Spam, was ramen noodles. Because I'm thinking I'm going to roll into Wind Gap today, because I bought a sandwich for breakfast, had Dunkin' Donuts, I bought pie, and I was going to buy all those veggies. So I didn't buy the veggies. All I had was ramen noodles, and it's not registering with me that, if I would have realized that it was dry for so long, I'd have brought extra containers. I'd have bought like a gallon or like 2 or 3 of those quarts of Gatorade, plus filled up on my water bottles and all that, so water wouldn't have been an issue. But I ran out of water, and I got no water to put in my ramen noodles. So I'm coming up on the shelter, and I walked right by. Didn't see the sign, walked right by. Didn't realize it till I did realize it. I was 3-4 miles past. Not worth going back. And now I'm thinking, okay, maybe I should push into town. But then it's going to be dark. I don't want to do that rock climb going down in the dark. So I'm 5 miles outside of town. I got plenty of liquid in me. Don't stress. But no dinner tonight. All I had was ramen noodles in my bag. I could eat them dry, but that's no fun. But hey, lesson learned. Gotta have a plan. Always have a plan. What do I always say? Plan the dive, dive the plan. But I don't like looking at the map in the morning, because then I get these goals in my head, and they almost always change. But I need to have a basic plan before I leave. And I've been running off the cuff for a while. I've been shooting from the hip for a long time. This is the first time it bit me in the ass. So I put myself at risk today because of this. And now, plus having to sleep up here, this is all rock. I'm up on a ridge. So here's the other thing. If everything would have gone as planned, I would have had my sleeping system. I would have had my pad, would have had my sleeping bag, my pad. Wouldn't be an issue, and I'd be on the other side of Wind Gap. So, like I said, comedy of errors today, and that was from just absolute getting too careless, getting too careless and making bad decisions. Just not making decisions, just meandering and doing my thing. So I got to pay more attention. I'm not that guy. I don't put myself at risk, and I'm not. All right, let me rephrase. I am not at risk. I guarantee you. I drank a lot today. I drank a lot, so I'm not at risk. And I ate quite a bit today, so it's not like my stomach's growling or anything. Just wake up in the morning. I mean, I don't know, it's 6 o'clock or something like that. It's getting ready to get dark, and I was like, I'm not going down that mountain in the dark. So I'll wake up first thing in the morning. I'll do the other 5 miles, go down into town, get some breakfast, lesson learned, and keep on hiking. So that's my story. Other than that, the day was good. I mean, it's starting to get rocky. It's Pennsylvania, and a lot of rocks coming up here. So, but it's cold. It's supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be in the 60s, but it sure is chilly. So I think it's supposed to be like 64 tonight, but man, I'm cold. And unfortunately, I didn't get my new bag. So I've got to use my old bag, which I'll probably get chilly. I got to put my long johns on, I think, tonight. I'm going to wear my puffy on top so I don't have to worry about it. So hope you guys are safe. Like I said, end of day, I think it's 76. So anyway, hope you guys are safe. I'll talk to you later.